Welcome to the performance of My Father's Dragon, a play adapted from the book written by Ruth Stiles Gannett. I will be telling you a story about my father when he was a little boy. He had a wonderful adventure. It went like this. One cold, rainy day when my father was a little boy, he met an old alley cat. On his street, the cat was very drippy and uncomfortable.
Hello, would you like to come home with me? I'm sure you can get some time with me.
Well, my father and the cat became very good friends, but my father's mother was very upset about the cat.
Elliot, you can have worked together that had lots of very wonderful everything. Not
My father ignored what his mother said and snuck milk to the cat anyway. They would have long conversations about many different things.
when I grow up, I want to fly. I can do anything to fly. On an airplane? What does it look like? How wonderful! I'd love to say that.
So Elmer and the cat made a plan to go to Wild Island. They got a knapsack and loaded it up with chewing gum, 24 pink lollipops, a package of rubber bands, black rubber boots, a compass, a toothbrush, and a tube of toothpaste, 6 magnifying glasses, a very sharp jackknife, a comb and a hairbrush, 7 hair ribbons of different colors, an empty grand bag with a label saying cranberry, some clean clothes, and enough food to last my father while he was on the ship. He brought 25 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and 6 apples. When he had packed, he went to the docks at night and snuck onto a ship. He went down into the hold of the ship and hid among some wheat. The ship sailed early the next morning. My father hid for 6 days and nights. When he heard a sailor say, "Port of Cranberry," he knew it was time to get off.
I better get in my bag. I told you all these bags. They seem to be a lot this time. Oh, isn't this the strangest bag of wood? It's all lumpy, but it's supposed to go to the Port of Cranberry. But we carry it. I know what this is. It's a bag of dried corn on the cob. Oh, what? 6 bags of wheat and 1 bag of dried corn on the cob.
Well, Elmer was unloaded with the other wheat and waited until it was dark to slip away. When the bags were to be counted the next day, everyone was confused by the missing bag of corn on the cob. Elmer slipped away down the beach. And fell asleep under a tree. When he woke up the next morning, he was hit on the head with a tangerine. He knew he was on the island of Tangerina and was close to Wild Island. He gathered up as many tangerines as he could carry, which was 31, and went off to find the ocean rocks that joined Wild Island. He soon found the rocks, and when it was dark, he started to walk across them. Along the way, he even walked across a sleeping whale. It took him 7 hours of careful walking, and he made it to Wild Island.
Wow! I finally made it to Wild Island. I'll be water on my shore to reach the river and try to find the dragon.
So my father stopped to eat 8 tangerines and took a little nap. After a while, he was woken up by a funny little voice.
Clear, what is here? I'm here, what is here? I must tell Daddy. I must tell something.
Well, my father waited until the mouse went away and knew he had to keep moving. Unfortunately, he forgot to pick up after himself. Soon my father came upon 2 wild boars. So my father learned a lesson and tried to stay out of trouble. That is when trouble really began.
I can hardly stand the circle. It's so thick. Oh, and I'll go down.
Well, my father walked for quite a while and finally came to a clearing in the trees. All of a sudden he saw 14 green eyes. Then he saw 7 tigers circling around him.
I suppose you didn't know you're trespassing with our jungle. Did you know that one is supposed to be time? That person what is necessary. You really think we're going to find you, so we don't need where let's begin right now! I don't think that you really want. How about some chewing gum? We like chewing gum, but we like little boys even better. Wow! Did you know? This is special chewing gum. And if you chew it long enough, it will turn green. And then you plant it. And then plant it will grow. So, the sooner you chew it, the sooner you'll have more. Well, why did you say so?
Well, the tigers were so busy looking at each other, they forgot about my father and he slipped away. My father soon found a trail he thought might lead to the dragon. As he was walking, he came upon the 2 wild boars. Well, my father continued down the trail. After he walked for quite a while, he came upon a pond.
This water is tasty. I better put on my boots.
As my father started to drink the water, something lifted him up by the seat of his pants.
Don't you know that's my private weaving pool? I'm so sorry. I didn't know that everybody has a private weaving pool. Everybody does it. I am not going to make a weave about. What are you thinking about? My tuck. Now you know where you're not. Now, nasty you? I can't wait, I'm so excited.
While Elmer was showing the rhino how to take care of his tusk, he became very interested in seeing himself in the pool. He completely forgot about Elmer.
Too big.
Well, by this time, my father was watching near the edge of the forest and saw a lion clawing at his mane. The more he clawed, the worse it became, and the more he yelled at himself. My father tried to sneak around the edge of the forest while the yelling got louder.
I'm alright. Where do you think you go? I'm going home. That's what you think. You just say for afternoon tea. But I'm hungry enough to have tea right now. Please, Lauren, before you leave, will you tell me why you're so upset today? It's my mane. My mane is a dreadful mess. And I can't seem to do anything about it. My mother's stuck on the dragon today and it's see me this way? I'm afraid to take my mom's place. I can't stand this mane. Look at these guys. Wait a minute, man. I have something to tell you. They all painted beautiful. New or the coat. It does say that. See it all. Look, I'll show you what to do. I'm your first one you want. Brush and comb and brush. You look at all the things. Smile. Then braid like this.
As my father did this, the lion began to look much happier.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, try it.
Well, my father gave the lion the things he needed and was so busy brushing that he never noticed when my father left. My father walked a ways and was very hungry, so he stopped under a banyan tree and ate 4 tangerines. Soon he heard familiar voices. My father knew he had to hurry on because he knew the boars would be very upset when they saw the lion's mane and ribbons. Before long, my father came to a sign. The sign said, "This way to the ocean rocks, to the left to the beginning of the river, and to the right to the dragon ferry." Well, my father was busy reading the signs when he saw the lion's mother parade past. He knew he better hurry to find the dragon. He traveled most of the day to get to the river, and when he reached the river, there was no dragon in sight.
Well, what? Explain yourself. I'll give you some time to tell me your name, your business, your age, and what is in that pack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Too slow. I'm going to push you on and then I'll see if you can call it out. Blast those, please. I can't even get a good look at them. Roll up, raise up, roll up. I'll give you 3 on my back. It's still Leo. We're looking. They're out there to see. Well, line up. I have work to do. I have something for hunting for fleas. Magnifying glass. Wherever
twist his arms. My father traveled down the beach and soon found a sign. My father knew from the cat that the dragon was tied to the other end of the rope, and he felt even sorrier for the dragon. If he was on this side, the gorilla would twist his wing, or he would be choked and have to fly back to the other side. Poor baby dragon. My father knew he couldn't make any noise to get him to fly back, so he stood as it grew dark and wondered how to get the baby dragon. Soon he heard a loud splash behind him. The moon started to shine, and my father could see the voice was coming from a crocodile.
I don't swim with your sundown, but I have something sweet for you. Did you and your friends play ball? Yeah, all about it, boys. Play lollipops. That's fine. All this. Then you get out of the water. And you don't mind all the water. And with the rubber band. Now walk back.
With my father walking across the backs of the crocodiles, he reached the other side of the river after he tied the last lollipop. Now, because it took so long to get across the river, the animals had figured out they were tricked by my father. He could hear a loud roar of the animals and saw they were starting to cross the crocodile bridge. As soon as my father was on land, he heard some yelling.
Here I am, I'm right here. Hurry, the animals are crossing on the crocodile, so please hurry. Just stand still while I cut the rope. Hurry, they're coming closer. If I don't think I'll make it, then we'll fly to the other side, and then I'll finish cutting the rope. Okay?
While my father was cutting the rope, the funniest thing happened. The first crocodile had finished his lollipop and started to swim away. The rest of the crocodiles had not finished eating and followed each other with the animals on their backs. This made the animals even more mad. It made my father and the dragon laugh at the silly sight.
Oh boy, where shall we go? We'll start the night at Pandora. Then it's a long journey home.
As my father and the dragon flew away, they could see the crocodiles smiling as they swam away with a feast on their backs. They also heard a tiny voice scream. My father and the dragon knew that nothing in the world would ever make them go back to Wild Island.